if you do decide to go back to school or invest in your future, etc., what your end goal is to really feel fulfilled and fall in love with your career again, right? You don't want to end up in a spot where you're unhappy and you just have this set of skills, right?
So we need to be able to take people through the conversation and lead them to the help that we need. And networking is that perfect moment to step up, to ask the tough question, especially if you're unsure of what you want out of your career. Welcome back to another episode of the Career Advancement Academy. I'm Jack Dennison. This is Kara Dennison, SPHR, and we are so excited to be diving into the next episode, continuing our theme in February, helping you fall in love with your career. Episode 37, though, we're going to be talking about how to upskill your way into your new career. What do you think of that, Kara?
I'm pumped. I am really excited because according to LinkedIn, a staggering 94% of employees would stay longer at a company if that company invested in their career development.
94?
You heard me, 94%. That means that almost everyone wants to stay at a company that invests in their career growth, which means most people are invested in their career growth, right?
That also means, hey, companies, wake up. If you want to keep your employees, this is an easy way to do it.
And we have a really interesting fact about what executives think about the skills of their employees later in this episode. So both upskilling is important to both employees and executives. We'll talk about that, but upskilling is not just beneficial, it's actually very crucial for career growth and job security. And we're going to be talking about that, especially in today's fast-paced world. Industries are evolving rapidly. Let's look at last year and how AI hit the market and things went nuts. Everything evolved, right? The skills that were valuable yesterday may not be tomorrow, and tomorrow there might be new skills that are going to be extremely valuable. So staying stagnant in your skill set can actually be a career hazard.
Are you telling me my proficiency in Microsoft Word is no longer cutting edge?
It's no longer cutting edge, my friend. So if you have Microsoft Office or Microsoft Word as a skill on LinkedIn, okay, but it's probably taking up a spot that could be used for something else. Imagine this, right? You're in a job interview and you're competing against someone who has taken the time to upskill, adapt, and evolve with industry trends and is literally investing in their growth to stay ahead of the curve. Who's more likely to get the job, them or someone who hasn't? The answer is kind of clear.
I think as industries evolve, so did the job requirements, right? And what was considered cutting edge just a couple of years ago, now it's commonplace. And you're the owner of your career. So it's important on you and it's incumbent that you take the initiative and continually learn. And it's not just as it relates to job security, but there's a direct correlation between upskilling and increased job satisfaction, because the more confident you can become, the more competent you get when you gain these new skills, your job satisfaction increases because you're going to feel enjoyment around being able to do new things, do them well, and it's going to enhance your life. Trust me, it's happened to me.
Think about it, right? Think about it. Work becomes more engaging, more fulfilling when you're constantly learning and growing. We talked about this last week on the podcast episode. How excited do you get when you learn a new fact? You want to share it with everyone, right? You're not just going through the motions, you're actively contributing, you're making an impact, you're learning a new skill, you're getting more confident, you're getting more competent, and you're feeling like more of a badass at work, right?
Careful. I feel Big Mo behind us. We're getting some momentum.
Exactly. So here's the survey that I talked about at the beginning of the episode. A survey by PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers, found that 74% of CEOs are actually concerned about the availability of key skills in their employees. That, to me, talks about a little bit of a disconnect. 94% of employees say, hey, I'd be more engaged. I'd stay at my company if my executives are saying, hey, I'll train you and get more skills. And 74% of CEOs are saying, I'm a little bit concerned about the skills of my employees. Maybe there's a disconnect. Maybe investing in professional development and upskilling is potentially a need there for both employees and executives, wouldn't you say?
I would say that's a most definitely, and I like that we chose a survey by somebody we've helped, or an organization we've helped somebody land in.
I know, right? So, why is this important for you to know as a professional about CEOs? It shows that the growing demand for specific skills in job markets, if CEOs are concerned about it, then maybe we should be paying attention to it too, right?
I think it's important to kind of just quickly talk about what we hit last week, because last week we really showed you how to identify your strengths. And really that was through self-assessments, feedback from peers, managers, but being able to identify which tasks bring you energy and which ones drain you energy. Just as a quick overview, when you can creatively think about how you can improve your energy flow, you're just going to be more proficient. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to be better overall.
Yeah, exactly. So this is important. You know that executives, hiring managers are looking for people that are upskilling. You know that you're going to feel more engaged when you're competent, you're confident, all that other good stuff. So beyond career growth and job security, this is also going to improve your life overall. When you invest in your development, not only are you going to feel accomplished, and your self-worth is going to go up as you achieve your goals, right? That dopamine hit, right? When you get that achievement, that's going to feel super good. But like we mentioned before, your confidence increases as you develop your abilities. You're going to feel more well-rounded. You're going to feel like you have more stuff to put on your resume. You're going to feel like your strengths increase. You're going to feel way more confident, but also it's going to open doors to exciting opportunities, right? You're going to have way more opportunities. Like I mentioned, more stuff on your resume. You're going to feel like you can go after bigger and better opportunities. And this is going to help reignite that passion for your career too, if you're feeling a little bit stagnant.
Just one thing that I was kind of thinking of is a lot of our clients like to do a lot of networking to kind of unlock those opportunities. But what better way in a networking conversation than to have knowledge of something that people are going to be talking about, to have just a working conversation with those individuals, so that you're not just that person standing there not contributing, not saying anything, not even able to nod and follow along.
Yeah.
If we're able to be in that conversation intentionally, hey, maybe there could be some opportunities unlocked on the other side of that conversation. We never know who we're talking to.
Yeah, absolutely. Networking is a really, really great way also to upskill, because now you're going to be listening to how other people in your industry are talking, what they're talking about, what's hot in the industry, what other companies are talking about, so that you can bring that knowledge back to your personal career and start what I'm going to be talking about next, setting career goals for things that you want to upskill in. So let's talk about how to upskill and how to improve, right? So like I just mentioned, the first thing is going to be setting that career goals. So how do we do that? One, you're going to want to follow industry news, follow some trends, see what's really hot out there. A great way to do this is to stay tuned to the Optimized Career Solutions YouTube channel tomorrow, where I'm going to be dropping the hot skills that are in demand for 2024. So this is some great data for you to create some goals, especially for what hiring managers and recruiters are looking for this year. So that's a first step, right? If you want some specific industry specific skills, this is a great way to do it, especially with networking, talking to other people, looking at the news, looking at what's on LinkedIn, what's being talked about.
I think in the next logical step after we set the goals, it's right, we need to go pick up those skills. We need to learn them. And how can we do that? There's a ton of ways now, such as LinkedIn Learning. We can do continuing education. There's so many platforms to continue education, whether it's Coursera, edX, and there's so many of them out there that at this stage will give you a certification that you can champion for yourself. You put it on your resume. But most importantly, they're going to teach you very valuable skills that you don't have that knowledge in right now, and closing that gap is going to be huge to help you continue to further your career.
Mm-hmm. Some specific ways are going to be attending school online, right? If you really, really want to get deep into upskilling, you can attend a school like University of Phoenix and really earn a degree. If you want to go super into it, you can take ad hoc courses, earn certifications. There's specific certification organizations that are recognized that will give you organizations like PMI Institute, Project Management Institute for your project management certificate, HRCI or SHRM for your SPHR, which is what I got. then if that's that, those are like the really intense certifications. You don't have to go after those. The other ways that you can do it, and Jack mentioned a couple of them, is if you have the LinkedIn premium account, you can have full access to LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn Learning is probably one of the best kept secrets out there. I don't know why it's not talked about more often, but the coolest thing about LinkedIn Learning is you can go and you can watch a video. It could be a set of videos with some modules on there. It could even just be one video that's an intensive, like a webinar, and you can get a certificate after doing it. Some of these videos and these courses are put on by organizations like Amazon, Microsoft, where you're learning like AWS Cloud or Microsoft or Azure, all of these really incredible things. There are extensive amount of courses on AI. Like there's incredible amount of courses. And once you're done, you get a certificate, a digital certificate that you can add to your LinkedIn profile. This immediately not just upskills you where you learn a skill, but it up levels your LinkedIn profile where it showcases to everyone that you have gained the certificate. Udemy is a really great place to learn some tactical skills such as web development, report writing, data visualization as well. And some of those courses start at $13. So it's a really great investment as well. Additionally, like I mentioned, YouTube, right? We have a lot of really great videos where you can learn about career advancement. While you're not going to get a certificate after that, YouTube is a free resource as well.
I think now it's really important to kind of think, hey, what do we want? What are we going after? And that seems like a simple question,
Mhm.
but I would argue it's
It's
not so
important.
simple because it can truly hold the key to your happiness,
Yeah.
whether it comes to your career or your life. And so, a couple questions to kind of roll through when we're talking about this is, what does success look like to you? For everybody, it's going to be different. I honestly wish at one point in my career I had a better frame of what success could be, because it's different for everybody.
Mhm.
What are some of your passions, your interests? What does your ideal work-life balance look like? We have an episode talking about work-life balance that we dropped right before the turn of the new year that really talks about looking for, instead of work-life balance, it's work-life harmony. It's integrating things. Also, how long are you willing to invest in your growth? What's the runway? How many years are you willing to put in? Is it not years, months, weeks? How much time are you willing to commit to get to that castle on the hill?
Other questions that I would ask yourself is if you're looking to pivot into a different career path, right? What skills are required for the role that I'm looking to go into, right? Or if you're looking to get to the next level in the path that you've already chosen, what are some of the skills that are required for that next step that maybe I'm not as strong in or that I might need for that next one? And it could be, hey, I'm looking to take a manage or I'm looking to go to that manager level and I need to get more leadership skills and I might need some more coaching skills or whatever it is, delegation. So those are some questions to really ask yourself to start narrowing down the types of skills that you want to start investing in learning for yourself when it comes to that next step. And again, you want to start thinking beyond the financial gains, right? It's not just how do I make more money by upskilling? It's about how do I become a more rounded, more well-rounded individual in order to become more confident, more capable, more fulfilled, etc., right? If you do decide to go back to school or invest in your future, etc., what your end goal is to really feel fulfilled and fall in love with your career again, right? You don't want to end up in a spot where you're unhappy and you just have this set of skills, right?
If you're unsure what you want in that next role, our best advice is to network, because through our work, we've consistently noticed that people that hesitate when they connect with others or they resist the networking approach, these individuals are the ones who tend to not advance in their careers, or they have prolonged stagnation, and that leads to really a lot of burnout. But the people who do network, those are the ones who are taking those brave steps. They're having the tough conversations. They're trying something new. And what they usually end up discovering is that people are genuinely willing and eager to help if we can take them through the right process and say the right things to be able to help them see our value, as well as overcome potential biases, beliefs that they might have that might be limiting the avenues forward in their brain. So we need to be able to take people through the conversation and lead them to the help that we need. And networking is that perfect moment to step up, to ask the tough question, especially if you're unsure of what you want out of your career.
Especially when it comes to upskilling, right? When you're networking with people who are in the job that you want or in the industry that you're in, you can find out, like I mentioned at the beginning, what skills are hot in the marketplace, what skills might be needed when it comes to that next level in your path of your career or in the path of the career that you want to pivot into. And talking to other people is a great way to really get the help that you might need when it comes to finding resources to gain new skills, to learn new things, and to really up level your career and fall back in love with that. Some of the things that can happen when you're learning new skills is you realize, hey, I'm not aligned in the role that I'm in or the job that I'm in anymore. And I want to pivot as I grow and gain new skills. And if that's the case, listen, writing your resume might not be a skill that you have developed. And that's okay because everyone has different strengths and different skills, right? And your skills are doing the best job that you can do in the job that you're in and gaining new skills that are relevant to that, right? Our jobs are writing kick-ass resumes. That's what we're great at. And your job is doing your career and falling in love with your career and advancing that way. If you need help, and leaders do this all the time, they delegate what they're not great at. So why not delegate your resume and LinkedIn profile to the pros? We're here to help. You can get a free consultation with either myself or Jack in order for us to find out what you're great at, what your strengths are, what your skills are, and how we can really portray you as an industry leader or expert on your resume and your LinkedIn profile to help you land that next role. So book your free consultation with us at www.optimizecareers.com. We can't wait to talk to you and find out your genius and help you get that next level job.
And if you had a little apprehension around networking, well, guess what? We're going to make sure you get all of our courses designed to boost your networking skills, to walk you through the entire process until you sign on the dotted line so that you can feel confident that you're doing the right things in your job search.
Talk about upskilling. That's what we love about our courses is we help you upskill for the soft skills that you need throughout your career, right? Interviews, networking, all of that really great stuff, salary negotiation that sometimes you just don't learn on the job. We're here to help you with that stuff, those skills that you need for the rest of your career.
And I can't tell you how many new graduates that I talk to that tell me I need this information. I never was taught how to network. Nobody told me how to write a resume when I was in college. And now that I'm looking for a job, I need help. Yeah. And if you're an individual where you just went and got that degree, you're feeling good and high and you're looking for that next role, this is going to be the best thing to back up that education to make sure that you can go land that next role efficiently and quickly, get the pay you deserve.
Awesome. We're here to help. We want to see you succeed in your career and in a role and a career that you love, where you're aligned and where you are having a life that you love as well. So book your free consultation with us. We can't wait to talk to you. I hope that you have a great rest of your week. Make sure to stay tuned to the Optimized Career Solutions YouTube channel, where I'll be dropping an episode tomorrow to talk about ways that you can further your career as well. And I hope that you have a great rest of your week.